face popped up. I'm like mugging. I'm over here just staring at the camera and shit. But I got some good sunlight on me, so I'm not tripping. Hold on, man. Make sure all my stuff is situated, man. Let's recap. Let's recap. Wait for more people to jump in. I got my notes with me, man. Got my notes. Here we go. Getting all this situated. Let's recap 721, man. I'm trying to think of the order that we saw. So let me start from the top. Let me wait till the minute mark. You know, some people might drop in. Some people might, you know, if they're post, you know, see, the thing is, some people watch it at the house and they're pausing in between, probably to, you know, do shots or something. If they're not doing shots, they're pausing to use the bathroom. So I don't know. And this is also my first recap. So I'm kind of trying to, you know, ride the wave of what happened before with the Alex Tarshun stuff, mixed with a combination of, you know, this is like, for me, it's a family thing. Like, it's a family night thing. Uh, every Monday night, I say this all the time. Every Monday night, me, my brother, and my dad will watch Kill Tony together at the house. So you know, we'll have a. Was that that was the car the whole time? Anyway, we'll watch it at the house, and we'll kind of just recap, or not recap, but like we'll watch it as like family time on Monday nights. So that's something that we do. That's something that we've always done for like the past year or two. So I thought about it. I was like, well, if this is part of my daily life, why not talk about it? The same way, like when playoffs come around, or like you know, before when I used to do like the early episodes. The early episodes were like kind of in the middle of the winter. Yo, there's hella gnats and flies up in here. So those earlier episodes, the thing about that was like Super Bowl era. So I was kind of giving my theories about you know, the possible outcomes for the Super Bowl. I was like, I mean, the Chiefs may or may not win. The Bills might show up. Who knows? You know what I mean? So that's what I'm thinking. Chanel Anderson, how you doing? Thank you for showing up. Is it Anderson? Am I reading that correctly? Yeah, let me know if you watched Kill Tony tonight. I watched it too, so I just want to recap it with people. I just want to talk about, and let's highlight these comedians. Let's talk about who our favorite comedians were. If you watched it too. Who's your favorite comedian, man? I wrote down a couple notes. I really, you know, I just got done saying that every Monday night, that's family night. I watch with my brother and my dad, so we watched every Monday night, and I decided let's just do a little recap. You know what I'm saying? You doing good? How you doing? Hey, I'm doing all right too. How you doing? Okay, but let me know. We will see in a second. You know what I mean? We're gonna find out in a second. But I appreciate you being here. I'm saying it right. Okay. I don't know if I don't know if you're caught up with the. Are you caught up on the live? Let me know if you're caught up on the live. Mark Lemming, how you doing? For $100, man, you can't give me $100. There's no way you can. Audrey, thank you. Denise, Mark, thank you all for being here. You guys want to recap? Did you guys watch it last night? Yeah, I won't say it. Don't worry, I'm not gonna say it. I know better. Oh, the dog is back. Oh, how's it going? How's it doing, Mark? You donate 100. You can't donate 100. There's no way to donate 100. Did you watch Kill Tony tonight? The episode 721. I just want to recap it with people that watched it too. So you know, me and my at the house we enjoy it. So I wanted to be able to watch it too. Yeah, don't worry about the money, Timmy. Timmy, you're good, man. Keep your money, man. It ain't worth it. It ain't worth that money. Racism, no bueno. No bueno racism, my guy. Chill out. But yeah, you know, the funny thing is there's no way that he can donate money because I'm not like monetized yet or anything. I'm not even on that level. I'm just kind of slowly trying to build this, you know, ethnicity, bro. What happened on Kill Tony? Did you watch it tonight, bro? I'm Filipino, but did you watch the Kill Tony tonight, bro? Let me know if you did so we can chop it up. 1K and wait, what? Oh, these got typos. You guys got typos up in here, man. What are you guys doing? Can't even read this properly. Can't even read this, my guy. But yeah. No, I like to watch it, man. You did, but I like to hear you talk about it. Good to meet you, man. What's your name? Man, the name is the name of the channel for now. We'll keep it at that. What's up? I don't know, man. There's a lot of racist people that come out the woodworks. You know what I mean? It happens sometimes. My bad. You didn't watch it tonight. You gotta watch it, man. It was pretty good. You know, let me find hold on. I wrote a quick note about there was actually some really interesting guys. There was what's that dude's name? I wrote it down somewhere. This dude, like towards the end, the second to last guy, I guess his name was Adam Sincere. He had a really good kind of he had a really good oh my bad. Wait, what did I miss? Mark. Yeah, why, bro? Don't do it, man. Yeah, chill, Mark. Oh man, y'all sending some messed up texts up in here. Listen, we gonna nah. You know, we're gonna leave it. We're gonna leave it as B. Let's focus on what's going on, man. Let's focus on what's going on. There's a dude named Adam Sincere. Yeah, like a he's making this funny face in between each joke. You know, he was kind of talking about like one of the things he talked about was I don't even want to spoil his jokes, man. You guys should watch it. But one of the first jokes he opened up was like he just saw a kid inside of a stroller with an earring. And he's like, man, this kid's cooler than me. But he looked like a really awkward dude. But I think one of the reveals was that he said something about hold on, let me damn, I'm missing some of the chat. You like the show? It's a chill sport here. Spot. Spot. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm outside, man. That's a nice little chill spot. For now. I mean, I think we're chilling for now, so I think it's good. But Adam, he talked about this little kid that was in a stroller, had a gold earring in his ear. He said, this kid is cooler than me. How did that happen? That was one of his jokes. But then he's like a gray haired dude, so I thought he was an old dude. Come to find out, this dude's like 31. This dude's like a 31-year-old with just straight gray hair, like a straight mullet, great mullet. It was crazy. I mean, I'm trying to put some stuff away. My bad. But that shit was crazy, man. It was like he was one of the interesting people. Oh no, let me find this other dude. Who did I write, bro? And then maybe you guys should probably look these up, man. You guys should probably look these up. JJ Curry went up there. I don't know how, I can't remember how long he said he was doing it for. He had the joke about being 1/8 white. That was pretty funny. And then Ronaldo Mercado, is that? I think hopefully I wrote it right. But that dude was really interesting too. You know, he kind of had like those suicide related jokes. I mean, not to be funny, not to make jokes about it, but he was just kind of saying like, you know, by the time you see the helpline, it's too late. Like you're already in the middle of the bridge, which is crazy. You know, do I like cats? I think I'm more of a dog person, but cats are cool. You know, I've known people um, that have had cats at their house, and I've been over there, and it's been pretty chill. You know what I'm saying? OG kitchen sink, OG kitchen. Oh, that's funny. Oh, was that the joke that you're gonna propose? Oh no, my bad. I'm like missing some of this. You have a joke to tell, Owl? All right, go ahead, man. Whatever. Just let it rip, man. Let it rip in the chat. Let it rip, man. What's going on with y'all, man? I just want to recap what's going on. I don't know if I should have saved this for what's it called? For Tuesday. Maybe it would have been better for Tuesday because some people don't really watch it. I mean, some people like don't really watch it till like it's done, if that makes sense. But some people like you got some people that kind of watch it in between. So we'll see if they pop up in here at all. Oh, you know, you retracted the message before I could read it, Owl. Did you mess up the joke? Owl is saying, why does Trump hate people in Springfield? You're eating the cats. Yeah, I mean, that's like a, come on, man. It's been said before. Owl, come on, man. You're eating the dogs, you're eating the cats. You know what's funny is like in a lot of the countries, it's pretty normal. You know what I'm saying? It's actually a pretty normal thing. I'm over just chopping the cigar out. Fuzzy Head, you finally make it, man. You finally made it, bro. You were asking me in the comments before, like if I could do 1:11 Eastern. What time is it now, man? Is it 11 Eastern? I think it's around that time. Is that right? Let me know if that's right, man. I'm trying to chop it up with I just want to see what happens with this. You know, I want to see if this is a go. If this is a go or not. You know what I mean? I want to see if this is a thing. Medium, you keep saying my name. What's going on with that, man? What's going on with you, Fuzzy? Welcome back, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Excuse me. What's going on with you, Fuzzy? Oh, this thing a little frayed right here. You were asking me a couple of days ago, and then like last week, the day last week, I went live, but then you weren't there, so I didn't know if like I didn't know if you were gonna pop up or not. I wasn't sure, but I tried. You know, I tried to stay online for as long as I could, but I'm here right now, man. Just let me know. Weather's good for now. Weather's gonna be good until I don't know when. Dylan. Oh, Dylan's up in here, man. It's midnight Eastern. Oh. It's midnight on the East Coast. That's what you're saying. About the name? Oh, La Roma de Cuba. This is the Mi Amor. La Roma de Cuba. I just put the damn thing away. Hold on. Heard it. It's a cigar, bro. So you know it helps me kind of sit down and relax a bit. Why did it I don't know why it It blocked that. That was weird. My actual government name. I don't think anyone uses their actual government name. Is medium your real name? Think about that. You know, you got to make that make sense to me. But yeah, like 2 days in a row, people will ask me like government names and where I'm from, specific information. People start giving themselves up when they start asking for specifics. You might be writing my what's it called? You might be writing my Wikipedia. Maybe that's what he's doing. I don't know. Promise you'll be nice if you do it. I appreciate it. Hey, Dylan or Fuzzy, man, you guys watch Kill Tony, man? Let me know. I was watching that shit earlier. Want to debrief the recap. Smoky. It's good. Medium, you're asking a lot of personal questions, but I don't know much about you. You know, in all fairness, so it's a little stalkery. Let's be honest. It's a little stalkery. It's a little awkward. Just talk about it a bit, man. I'm gonna go down the names. You want to know about the name? That's why I typed it. I came up with it a long time ago, like when I was in middle school. Um, Ask me later though, because you know this live stream will be viewed like later, maybe throughout the night or throughout tomorrow, because it pertains to recapping Kill Tony. I just want to highlight the comedians that showed up there. You know, I really like the show, and I want to speak about it a little. It sounds cool. Yeah, and I appreciate that, man. But let's focus on this for now. But ask me in another live in the future. All right. It just sounds cool. I appreciate that, man. I mainly just go by Bane, really. You know, I made that name up back when I used MySpace. You know, you imagine that shit. I had a MySpace and I made it. I called it Cinco Pain, long time ago, 2007 type shit, or yeah, '07. That's when I finally had internet at the house. It's fucking wild. Declan's GameStop. What's going on, Declan's? But yeah, let's talk about this real quick, man. I'm gonna go through the names in order real quick. So you know, they open it up with Martin Phillips. You're wondering about the alias. No, I'm saying like ask me later because I want to make sure that this live is focused on the Kill Tony recap. Let's talk about Martin Phillips, man. Martin Phillips was over there. He deals with cerebral palsy, so it's really, you know, he's one of those comedians that he turns his negatives into a positive, which is beautiful. You know, seems real beautiful thing. But one of the funny things he talked about, man, I wrote a little joke. I mean, a little note about his jokes, I should say. He was talking about the sex workers. Add you on Discord. Fuzzy, was that really you on Discord? But anyway, sex workers emotionally attached. He was saying he was emotionally attached to the sex worker, and he was like on the phone, like, "Hey, call me back," or whatever. I forgot what he said, man. It was so early in the little in the episode. I forgot what he said. You came up with in school, but tell jokes. What do you mean by that? Was it a medium I came up? Oh, came up with in school, but tell. I think I heard what you're saying. I think I get you. If I'm reading that correctly. SoundCloud 2007. Fire. Yeah, SoundCloud was good times, man. It's still good times, really. There's still a lot of good music on there. Yeah, one of the jokes he said was something about the antlers. It is a dude, Romaster. Oh, this is your other channel, Romaster? I remember your name, but you got to talk to me more because I haven't heard from you in a long time, man. Thank you for dropping in. I appreciate it, my guy. Dan, that's you. What's up, man? Martin Phillips said he said something about the elk antlers. You know what I'm saying? Also, you know, a lot of this isn't you know, a lot of the recap is highlighting this comedian's jokes, and like we want to give glory to people who wrote original stuff. You know what I'm saying? Also, like just acknowledging like something that might have been funnier, something that might have been like a, you know, a good pun or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like something that's a good you see what I'm trying to say? Anyway, I'm fucking up my words over here. Dude says something about elk antlers fall off when the deer has like, oh no, my bad, the elk antlers fall off when the elk has low testosterone or something like that. So he said, hey man, well, I forgot how the punchline was. It was something about, he's like, so don't get mad when mine doesn't get up because at least it doesn't fall off. That was kind of one of the things. Favorite football team? Hey, when you say football, are you saying like American football? Or are you saying international soccer football? Football. Dylan, you got to remind me where you're from because some people are from other places internationally. I don't remember if you're from the States. So when you say football, you know, it could mean two different things. The second person was Solomon. The dude was they kind of joked about him in his Pakistani roots or whatever. It was kind of funny. But he talked about the generational trauma of people. Oh, you're in Cali? Yo, I'm trying to fight back a sneeze, y'all. My bad. 1 second, let me mute. Okay, it didn't come out. Also, Road Master is your brother's channel. That's what you're saying. Dylan, favorite football team, man. Um, the Russian dude. Who's the Russian dude? Russian dude. You talking about Ari? No, he's Estonian. He's from Estonia. Ari Madigan. Dylan. My favorite football team is the Seahawks, man. I got the Mariners hat right here. I got the Seattle Mariners hat right here. I'm from Seattle, so you already know. Seattle Seahawks all the way. That's how I feel every year, but we be fucking up sometimes. So my thing is like, if here's how I feel with sports. Let's say the Seattle Seahawks don't make it. Oh, you're good. No, no worry. You don't gotta apologize, man. You don't gotta apologize, Dylan. Let's say the Seahawks don't make it. I root for anyone on the NFC West. So it'll be like Niners, Rams, or the Cardinals. If any of them represent, because they're in our same division, if they battled us to get through to the top, I'm gonna root for them. You know what I mean? And I feel the same way with the Mariners, where it's like the Mariners have never been to a World Series, which really pisses me off. But it is what it is, and like it's really interesting because whenever obviously they don't make it and they don't show up in the playoffs, I'll root for Astros, Rangers, Athletics, and the Angels. Like I'll root for anyone on the American League West. So basketball, I'm a little more different. I'm more particular because I have specific teams on the East and the West that I like. There's no more Seattle SuperSonics, so I'm a little bad about that or mad about that. You know what I'm saying? You fuck with the Cowboys, even though everybody really wanted Shador to go to the Cowboys, but I guess they're making another run with what's his name? God damn, I forgot his name already, bro. What's my guy's name? What's the QB up in They're gonna try to run it back, you know what I'm saying? With what's his face, bro? I forgot his name already. My guy Dak. My cousin. My cousin's from Alabama. Shout out to my cousin, Val. She's from Alabama and she's a big Cowboys fan. And I'm like, man, y'all need some help. This y'all need y'all need some help. I don't have no teams that I hate necessarily. I just hate when my team loses. I just hate when the Seahawks lose, but we trying to get better at that. That dude Solomon though. He was the Pakistani comedian that went second. The first of the bucket pulls. But he was saying something about generational trauma. But the funny thing he was talking about was the comparison of women and cows or something like that. And he was saying the shit about the nose rings and eating grass. He's like, we gotta stop saying that, man. They're starting to become what we're telling them or something like that. So that was one of his jokes. That was pretty like apparently I guess that was the second time on there. His first time wasn't that great. So his first time was kind of trash. But they said the second time was more memorable. But the most memorable thing about him was he was just sweating up a storm. And they thought he was a little they thought he's a little fruity or whatever. You know what I mean? It's kind of funny. Dylan, man, what other teams you root for? What other sports, man? Talk to me. And anyone dropping in the playback, swipe and read the live chat. Check out the live chat. There's a lot of people up in there, putting down some information and just communicating and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Please, please, please. Declan, did I miss it? My bad. Oh, wait, are you asking me a question? Ask me a question, man. Did I miss something? Packers are your all-time fave. Packers are probably like, and like pre-Super Bowl, they were probably like the best team. And then they started doing Super Bowls and they were no longer like the best team, if that makes I think they kind of nerfed them. But the NBA went through something similar when they combined the NBA and the ABA. I can't remember who was because the Spurs have championships before the NBA merged. You never been to a game at all? You got to go. Well, let's say the Packers are in town. Let's say the Packers are in town while you're in Cali or whatever. You got to go to a game. You and your family or whatever. I like taking my dad to games. I haven't taken him to a game in like a year or so, but we used to go to like one game a month. And then like when it was Mariners, because it's $10 a ticket type shit, sometimes 20, depending on where you're trying to sit. We'd go to like Mariners games like every other week because I was just like making overtime money. I was like, let's go to the game. Let's go. We'd just be out there hanging out. I've been going to games less, obviously, because I was trying to save my money and pay off certain stuff. But also right now I'm like unemployed, so it's interesting because I'm just having to ride the wave of what's going on right now. But or my current situation, I should say. But it's interesting because that was a fun time. Also, I stopped drinking, so like because I stopped drinking, I have no reason to really, when it's interesting when I went to the games, like because I stopped drinking. When I was drinking, I was like hella loud, like trying to add noise on some 12th man. The Seahawks do the 12th man thing. So, um, I was adding a whole bunch of noise into the stadium, trying to get everyone rallied. You know, when the defense is going, we're just trying to get them off their rock or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So pause. And like the thing about that was I started realizing like I need to find this energy or find this thing without the drink. So then I started doing it sober. Like I would just kind of super pause on all this, like lubricate with some water, drink that up, pause, and then I would just sit there and scream at the top of my lungs, trying to get the just get my little section rallied up, and then it starts to reverberate around the whole stadium. That's the thing about the when you start making noise at Lumen Field, you make noise in your section just to get a little loud. You just got to make a little loud. I ain't gonna do it right here, but make some noise. Everyone around you starts getting rowdy, and then it just starts going in. And it's kind of the same thing at the Sounders games. Sounders they play in the same stadium. That's really dude. You was watching another YouTube named Daffy. What does that mean? You've never been to any big event like a game or concert or party in general. You're 22. Dylan, you got to get out there, man. Yeah, just go and enjoy yourself. Are you I don't mean this in a fucked up way, but if you have friends and if you don't have friends and whatnot, you just take yourself. Start with the baseball game because the baseball games you can just quit silently. God damn it, sit quietly in the 300s. You know what I'm saying? And to do that stuff. You were watching YouTuber named Daffy. Oh, you wanted to say hi to him? Yeah, do your thing, man. I'm gonna be here, just recapping and whatnot. You're antisocial as fuck. Hey, that's all right, Dylan. Don't worry about it, man. Because the thing is, we also live in a time where, maybe you can find people through. I don't know if you mess with like Dapper. There's Dapper and what is the other one? It's basically the NFT space. So there's an NFT space for NFL NFTs and NBA NFTs and stuff like that. I have a few NFL NFTs. I have what's my guy who was the running back for Cincinnati Bengals in the Super Bowl? I forgot his name, but I have his NFT, and then I have I might have an Aaron Donald NFT also, but it's not like a golden one. But within that space, you can find the Discords as well, and you can just communicate with people on sports and then be from your home, so you don't have to actually be outside physically if it really affects you. You know what I'm saying? So if you feel as though you might have some antisocial anxiety with people, that would be my solution. Like just be careful because sometimes I know I understand. Like I have some friends and family members that are kind of antisocial, introverted, and they deal with a lot of anxiety. So sometimes they have a hard time trusting people in person and in public. So I respect that. I will say like you can find people online. You can find a community. Hopefully that helps. Hopefully what I'm saying is helping you, man. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Um, I'm just trying to be helpful. I didn't mean to call you out. I'm sorry, bro, if I'm saying something wrong. Let me know if I'm saying something wrong. All right. Um, you're gonna go back to clan. I appreciate it, man. Hey, don't feel obligated to be here, man. You'll try it out. Okay, well, thank you, Dylan. I just wanted to make sure I wasn't saying nothing rude to you, but that was just kind of my solution. Like, I'm part of the that I think it's like Dapper is the NBA one, but I'm trying to remember what the other one was. Like NFL something. But I only have like the first few NFL NFTs that came out. I can't even fucking remember. There's been 3 seasons since they first dropped it, and then I got some of the few WNBA ones. So I got the very first released WNBA NFTs because I'm like if I hold on to these digitally for like the next 5 or 10 years, it might be valuable when people actually start valuing it because there's gonna be some use case or whatever use case for the you get the fuck I'm trying to say, man. I'm jumbling my words over here. Socializing from a distance. You'd probably be a good 911 operator. That's really interesting. But you also have to have a bit of social awareness. Have you ever wanted to play in the NBA? You know what's funny, Fuzzy? I've always wanted to play in the NBA, but then like I can't remember, bro. In middle school, I was 5'5", and then ever since then, I've always been 5'5". So I was like, bro, unless I'm like fucking Spud Webb or like fucking Isaiah Thomas is from Tacoma. I don't know if you know Isaiah Thomas. Not Isaiah Thomas from Detroit Pistons, but they used to play in Boston Celtics and Cleveland or some shit. So that Isaiah Thomas, bro, he's from Tacoma, which is like an hour south of Seattle. He's 5'8", bro. That dude is 5'8", and he's out there hooping. And then Nate Robinson is from Seattle. He's actually from Seattle. Nate Robinson's about 5'9", 5'9", 5'9 and a half, and he dunks on people. So he's a dunk champion. We have a lot of Seattle. There's a lot of basketball history in Seattle. It's a lot of it. We actually have like. Hold on. Let me think about this. We have Nate Robinson as a dunk champion. I don't know if Doug Christie won one. Did Jason Terry win? I don't remember. We have Jason. No, my bad. Nate Robinson, he got like 2 or 3 championships. Zach LaVine got another dunk championship. You know what I'm saying? So we got a lot of Seattle history here. Jamal Crawford's from here. You know how it goes, man. You're gonna go make your son some dinner. Catch you next time home. Hey man, you stay safe too, man. Be careful, man. Take care of yourself. I appreciate you dropping in, Dylan. Thank you, man. Appreciate you being here. I got to get used to remembering names when they come back in the chat. You know what I mean? I'm starting to meet more people online, which is really interesting. So I appreciate when more people drop in. But you guys are always going to have to remind me if I forget who you are, because there's a lot of people to keep track of. But Fuzzy, man, I've been shit, man. I love basketball, but like I was only good at boxing. That was the only sport I was good at, which made me kind of sad. Like, damn, I want to dunk. You know what I'm saying? I'm hella short, but I can almost touch the rim. Like, I'd be swiping the fucking net. You know what I'm saying? When I jump up, I just swipe the net a little bit. I'm like, damn, I'm like maybe 1 foot away or half of a foot away from dunking. So I just need to get, on my calf raises, get my squats in, and just get up in there and just dunk on somebody. I swear to God. I swear I'm about to do it, bro. One day. Because I like anybody taller than me, I hate anyone taller than me that can't dunk. I'm like, man, why you this tall and you can't dunk, bro? All I need is a few more inches and I can get to the rim. I swear to God. But that's like, I don't want to say it's confidence, but that's my I don't think I've ever been confident. That's my what do you call this, bro? That's my recklessness. I'm very reckless like that. Like I just want to go for it and try. I've broken a lot of bones, fractured like I don't know, man. I might have sprained and rolled my left one twice. I fractured my right one, I think. I forgot which one I fucked up. And then I got a plate in my right hand. You can kind of see the little scar right here. I got a plate right here. I fucked up this arm when I was a kid. I did all type of shit to my body, man, just because I just be going for it. I'm like, man, I ain't got time for this. I'm just go for it. Be thinking about shit. Time to think, man. So yeah, shout out to Martin Phillips and Solomon. Martin Phillips and Solomon, two of those first comedians right there. Let's get back on track here. Sean Stewart. Now I spelled it two different ways because Sean can be spelled two different ways, but who knows how he spelled it. But that was a dude. He looked hella white, but he said he was actually Cuban. He proved it by pulling out his chain, and then he's like, everyone asked me for cigars, and I just pull it, and then he does like a little gesture, like he's showing his dick or something. I'm like, kind of funny, not really. Then he says, they asked me for cigars, but I just buy him a Swisher. But then his interview was interesting because his interview he was saying that he was drinking a whole bunch of some some alcohol. I forget what it was. He was drinking alcohol and doing some other stuff. What he said? He said that his poop turned white. So he said he was like at somewhere at one of I think it was the HEB arena in, was it Austin, Texas, or somewhere in Texas? But he's at the HEB arena, and he said yeah, they were drinking all night, and then when he got home, he took a dump. I guess it was the next day or at night. He says, yeah, I took a dump and my poop was white. I was like, what is this? So he went to the doctor, and then I don't know, it felt like he was lying though. I don't know. He could have just been lying just to be funny in the story. So maybe he was just trying to be funny, but nonetheless, the highlight of what he had was kind of just his interview, more so than what do you call this? More so than his actual, the comedy was okay. It was a little dry. Maybe he can work around it. I never doubt any comedians. I don't care how trash a comedian is or how trash people think they are. I always think there's ways to work around it. I'm no expert. I'm not a funny person. So it's like I just imagine them like working around it. So I think he has some things to work on. The thing is he only has 60 seconds. So the fact that he only had 60 seconds, it's like he's trying to work it out in that time. But it can be done because there's been a lot of people whose careers have been made from that show. So he just needs to figure it out. That's where I look at it. So good luck to him. I just personally wasn't impressed, but his interview was kind of funny. Maybe he could just keep working on it. But maybe we'll see more of him. So his name again was Sean Stewart. So let's look out. Let's be on the lookout. Let's be positive, and let's be on the lookout for more Sean Stewart. He was a Cuban dude that looked hella white. He kind of looked like from far away, because I'm kind of nearsighted. I was in the kitchen watching it. This dude looked like a weird looking Bill Burr. I was like, it's like Bill Burr with hair. That's what it looked like from far away. But anyway, coming in on fourth was Juanita. Everyone who knows Juanita, if you watched the show enough, Juanita was there. Juanita did the Beauty and the Beast joke. I ain't gonna lie. The funny part was she said or is it she or they? They were saying that the teapot was what's it called? The teapot was like the fat friend. So the teapot was like this fat friend that how do you explain this? Because I guess I don't remember the movie, but I guess Beauty and the Beast, the Beauty and the Beast were about to get it on subliminally. I guess only the adults would have known. And like she was saying, like the teapot was like in the side, just singing a song and watching all the action go down, and was like, you know what? Um, the teapot is pretty much the fat friend that's just hanging out. Can't catch any signals, can't catch any cues, just leave the room and let her friend get fucked or whatever. So that's the way I took the joke, and that was kind of the gist of the funniness. The I think the banter between what's this guy's name? Let me read this again. Jimmy Carr. I got a little note that I wrote down. Jimmy Carr and Juanita banter. That was pretty funny. That shit was funny as hell. I ain't gonna lie. That was some funny ass shit. I never said I was a nurse, man. I don't know what you're talking about, Fuzzy. I don't know what's going on here, Fuzzy. Coming in fifth. Actually, no, this I'm not gonna lie. So the next person, her name was Blazing Nana. It was like that old lady with the big boobs. She's like from Cleveland, but then lived in Oakland, and then from Oakland finally moved to Texas or some shit, or maybe she was visiting. I don't fucking remember. But she made it clear that she loves weed over alcohol, and then she started saying some stuff about the alcohol brings out the worst in her. But like right away when she was doing the joke, she said something got it has me hella fucked up. Right when she said hella, I'm like, she's probably from the Bay Area. I already know she's probably from the Bay Area. I don't know if she's from here necessarily. She might be from here too, but that's some Bay Area shit. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I never said I was a nurse, Fuzzy. I don't think that wasn't me. But one of the things that she was saying was, don't waste your good years on bad sex. Um, and she was saying that to the women specifically, and she was saying something about menopause, and she just went for someone said this before. It was a woman comedian, and it was another older, like an old guy comedian. He was like, hey, try to avoid those sex jokes early. Try to really work on some craft and stuff. eBay Carson, how you doing, man? eBay Carson, what's going on? Did you watch Kill Tony tonight? Let me know if you watched it, man. Let's talk about it. Let me know who your favorite comedian was if you watched it. I want to know. Gotta relight this bitch a little bit. Wow. There's hella rabbits in the park. eBay Carson fan. Let me know, man. What's going on with you, bro? Did you watch Kill Tony tonight? If anybody in the chat watched Kill Tony tonight, come talk to me, man. Let me know. I want to talk. I want to chat about this with people. I want to treat this shit like an online book club. Like we just watch some shit that we enjoy, because a lot of us need comedy in our lives, man. I know. Sometimes to keep my mind steady throughout the week. Sometimes it's nice to have something to laugh at and whatnot. So Kill Tony's a good little thing because it's a no holds bar kind of joint. Up my alley. Pause. With the type of jokes that they got going. So I really like that. It's in for me. I said this in the beginning. I'm gonna say it again. Every Monday night, we just try to make sure my dad comes home on time, or my brother's home on time, or I'm home on time for 6 o'clock, because we're on Pacific, and we watch Kill Tony together every Monday night as a family. So that's like our family time, and I wanted to share the same kind of thoughts, recap, and experience with y'all. So hopefully this makes sense. But it might make sense like tomorrow morning when people are just recapping and wanting to talk more about it. But yeah, this all I'm saying today is there's no shade. I really want to highlight a lot of these comedians' names, because we never know if they're up and coming. And we also, aside from people who don't, like, a lot of people only on a mainstream level watch surface level comedy. Like they only watch Kill Tony, but they're not actually looking for example, Solomon's just one word name, Solomon's IG, or they're not looking for a social media. They're not looking for Sean Stewart. A lot of people aren't looking for Juanita, obviously, but she's a constant person. So I think she's a little more famous than the regular people or the average people that just show up the first time. And Blazing Nana, that's like a name that that's one of those names that that's brand new. She's like a brand new person. So we're probably gonna hear more from her in the future. And that's also a name you can look up. So hopefully more people started looking her up. You know what I'm saying? But let's talk about this. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's talk about the sixth guy, man. I really like this guy's set. JJ Curry, man. Yeah, some of the shit he was saying, it's funny because it hit home in a funny way, but he was saying something about he was 1/8 white. So he started breaking it down. He started breaking it down because he's saying he learned fractions from his cousin, because his cousin was teaching him how to weigh and put weed on the scale. So he said, I'm 1/8 white. So he started doing the math. He's like, damn, I'm 1/8 white. That means, my dad would have been half. I remember he said my dad would have been a fourth. Grandpa would have, my bad. Yo, yeah, his dad would have been a fourth. His grandpa would have been, what the fuck, bro? Hold on. Why am I fucking this up right now? I can't do math. Yo, I'm tripping. Okay, if he's 1/8, his dad would have been a fourth. His grandpa would have been the eighth. So yeah, it was his grandpa's generation. Like he has a grandpa that's white. So anyway, he was saying something. He's 1/8 white. Then he started doing the math. He said, well, it's interesting because an eighth, that's 3.5 grams of weed, and I guess I'm 3.5 grams white. I guess I'm a $40 white man. That was his joke, which is hella funny because the way he built it up. You got to watch the show. You guys got to watch the show. The way he built that up, man, he's kind of a natural. You know what I'm saying? Because he comes out really awkward. You're just like, what's he about to say? And it's really slow, and then he just hammers, hammers, hammers. You know what I'm saying? So he just jabs, 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 throws some power shots right in. So he's got some really good build up on his jokes, man. JJ Curry, we might be seeing more of him, man. He kind of I don't know if you guys remember that Japanese dude from Toronto. He has a really slow pacing, but then he builds it up and then he just starts laying down at the end. That's kind of like very similar styles, but they're two different types of people. So it's really interesting. You know what I mean? The next person after him, that was the interesting one that really, surprised me. This guy, Ronaldo Mercado. His thing was kind of along the lines of suicide. So who know, this might be a little touchy for some people, but his whole thing that he kind of brought up was like, hey man, um, I don't want to, he didn't want to badmouth it, but he was saying like I treat it like home renovation. It was something about like he'd rather he'd rather pay for it to rather pay someone to get it done or something like that. I forgot what the punchline was. It was something along those lines, so that was pretty cool. But he was saying something about what did I write? Oh, the hotline being in the middle of the bridge. He was like, by then it's too late, man. He's like, that's like putting condoms in the delivery room. I thought that was funny. It was like a really good comparison. So shout out to Ronaldo Mercado. Shout out to JJ Curry. She was dope, man. Then obviously Ari Maddie came in. Ari Maddie had a good point, man. Ari Maddie had a good point. Who was it earlier that was saying the Russian dude? He's not Russian. He's Estonian. For those that don't know, he's the Estonian assassin working on his green card, which is funny as hell. But yeah, Ari Maddie. Hold on, let me ask this joint right there. Ah, you dig? Here we go. Ari Maddie said he said what did he say? He said I hate when girls get mad when I talk about when I fucked them. He said, but you also don't want to be the girl that I don't talk about because that means it wasn't worth it type shit. You know what I'm saying? So that shit was funny as hell because he got a good point, man. It's real simple high school type joke shit, man. Real simple right there. This one dude, oh, this dude was weird. Um, but hey, he might get better. So let me not talk shit. Rodrigo Marin or something. He was the one that had the hot mom that they FaceTimed. So they FaceTimed his mom, and then fucking Tony Hinchcliffe was like, "Bro, you're like one of the first people I could look in the face and say, hey, I would fuck your mom,' because I guess his mom was hot. I didn't get a chance to see what she looked like. I guess we'll never know unless people really do their research. If you go on the Kill Tony Reddit, I'm pretty sure some people have already done the research, which is gonna be fucking crazy. He had these jokes about people wondering if he was black or not. I don't know if that's true, but maybe some people do just because of his hair was a little curly. And then part of the way he measured the joke was like, I measured my dick and I guess I'm Hispanic. So that was kind of his little line right there, his punchline. Not too bad. Maybe he can work around it. Um, Talked about how he had people like, well, what is your dad? And he's like, I have no dad. He's like, well, I guess you are black. And then he robs them. And then I guess like the robbery thing was supposed to insinuate the Hispanic or something, but I don't know if it is supposed to insinuate one or the other. Who the fuck knows? But it was a weird kind of build up. He went for the Pete Davidson thing. His jokes were kind of dry, and maybe that works because Pete Davidson is kind of like one of those like speaks really dryly. So who knows? And then when they gave him an extra minute, he did the gay bar joke where he was like at the gay bar with these girls and he had to prove himself. So I don't know, man. I didn't really think it was funny to be honest, but his interview was really funny. His interview was really good, mainly because of the mom. The whole mom thing. That was pretty cool. Yeah, it was a little weird. He did a little yeah, did a gay bar joke, and he because like what they had asked him was like, so do you have anything that's funnier than the minute that you did right now? He's like, I think I do. He's like, we're gonna give you one more minute to do something funnier. He tried to do a joke that he was like, oh, I'm hanging out at this gay bar with all these girls. He's trying to get at the girls over there. And they're like, hey, he's not gay. You gotta prove it. You gotta whatever. And then the way he just did some, I'm not even gonna do it. He just did some motions, and he was just over here, whatever, doing the little gluck gluck pause. You know what I'm saying? He was doing that shit. And it just wasn't funny. The joke just wasn't funny. But he said that he had a funnier minute. I was like, that's not, I don't know, bro. But again, his interview was hella funny because him as a personality, he's a dry person, but just how he, discusses himself and the fact that his mom was hot apparently is what really made it. You know what I'm saying? So that's really interesting. Um, let's talk about the last two before it starts getting more dark and I'm gonna start walking. But the last two, Adam Sincere, he actually seemed like a really genuinely nice guy. because he was kind of speaking about how in his interview he spoke about he got hit by a car while he's riding his bike, and he only the settlement was like $12,000 or something like that. And I'm like, and they were like, bro, you only made 12,000. You're not gonna be living here for that long. You got a couple more months, and you're probably out. You know what I'm saying? You pay some Austin, Texas rent or whatever, and then you're out. But he's trying to get a job, so hopefully Adam Sincere can get a job out there. But he had, like I said, he had that funny joke where he just saw the kid in a stroller with a gold earring. He said, "That's a little unfair. That kid's already cooler than me, and he's only like 1 year old. If he's like a baby or what, he's not even one." And then he was saying, oh, one of the jokes he said was like, "Oh, I found out he said my whole life I thought I was told that Jesus died for our sins, and then come to find out, some people just went up and killed him." And it was like a little pun, for those that are religious. So he actually asked people in the crowd to say, "Anyone here love Jesus?" And he went on with the joke, but it's a more you gotta see the way he set it up. It's a little different. And then he right when at the end of his minute, he goes, what did he say? He said, "I have a joke about masturbation, but I'll save it for later when it comes in handy if you catch the pun." So he had these like facial expressions the whole time that were more funny than the actual jokes, but it's just the combination of all of it and the fact that he was a character was really good. I don't think there was any golden ticket winners tonight. Yeah, I don't remember if there was any golden ticket winners. I don't think so, but nonetheless, it was a good show. I think if I really backtrack, I want to say Adam Sincere got a spot at the what the fuck does Red Band say? We'd love to have you at the where the fuck where the Vulcan, where the fuck he's at. I'm sorry, man. Creek in the Cave or some shit. I forget where he's at, man. Oh shit. I called this kid's dad. Oh man, hold on. Let me read this first because it's I don't know if you know, but it's held for review. So if you hold on, Fuzzy. Fuzzy, you're saying something very crazy right now, but I'm gonna need you to go to proper people for that. You understand? You should do your best to handle it. If if it comes down to it, you should handle it one on one, face to face. But that's a very serious predicament. So yeah, go to the principal. Please go to the principal about that because it's worth. And I'm assuming you're a kid, so you can remain anonymous, bro. You can remain anonymous if you're a little worried about backlash or anything. But hopefully you don't get anyone in trouble, and hopefully, if you think it's a real concern, you should really help people out with that. It's held. What you typed up is held for review, so I'm gonna leave it hidden. Okay. Okay. I think I understand what you're saying. I think I got you. Okay. Yeah, man. Make sure you handle that, bro. Hey, it's starting to get dark, so let's do the last one real quick, and I'm gonna start walking a little bit. Um, William Montgomery obviously closed that again. You already know Memphis Strangler or whatever. Redheaded. What the fuck they call this one? The Big Red Machine or whatever the fuck. But he was talking about he had the joke about Biden prostate cancer and probably got it from the Diddy free cost, which I thought was hilarious. I thought that shit was kind of funny. Um, then he talked about high school graduations, but no, my bad. He said, how can you tell if someone went to public or private school? He said, ask them how their high school graduation was, see if it was loud or not, or something like that. It was kind of a little quick little pun. And then he did the Malia Obama with the plagiarism stuff for Nike, and it was the whole "I Have a Dream" stuff. So we'll leave it at that, man. Let's get to moving in a second. That was episode 721 with Jimmy Carr, man. Y'all should tap into that episode. It's really good. Really good stuff. Let's get moving. Fuzzy, you still there with me? What's going on, man? Talk to me. Hey, that's you saying some crazy shit right here, man. So I want you to take, if it's really that serious, I want you to take it that serious because that's some crazy stuff. Still here, my guy. Be careful what you write, all right? Got hey, chill, hey, yo, chiropractor, chill out, yo, hey, yo. I don't swing that way, my guy. Nah, man, you out of here, bro. Hell no. You playing now? How do we do this? Come back in 10, my guy. Come back in 10. Did I go to public school? Yeah, I went to public school, man. Yeah, public school. I never went to private school. I always wondered what it was like. I heard that you get a little farther in life or whatever, like a little farther in education. You know, I had a friend from the hood, and he was from like a hood ass family, but he ended up going to private school. Um, it was cool, man. He was a cool dude, but it's, you know, for whatever reason, he just got brought back down or whatever. Loud or quiet. I never graduated. I never graduated, bro. I dropped out sophomore year, man. I was out. You know, like literally when I dropped out sophomore year, I got a job the same year. So while everybody was like still in class, I had a job pretty much. You know, everybody's sitting in class waiting around. I'm over here making $10 an hour, which is better than nothing. I'd be working like 4 hour days, sometimes 2 hour days. I mean, not 2 hours, but like 4 or 6 hour days. How did I get a job? You know what's crazy? So I've been boxing since middle school. My coaches found out I dropped out, and then they were like, they saw that I was really working on my GED. Like, oh, he's really working on his GED. And then when I got it, I was like, my plan is to get a GED, get my job, and then go to community college. Because by the time I go to community college, I'll be 2 years ahead of all of my friends that are still waiting to graduate high school. That was my plan. So I ended up, they're like, hey, let's help you out. So they ended up hiring me at the gym. They're like, we'll pay you $10 an hour just to clean around the coach's house and take care of things, and also clean up things around the gym and work on the floor. Like when it's time to, like, you know, every 3 to 6 months, you have to do like the wood, what do you have to verathane the wood paws at the inside the gym. So inside the gym, you know, we jump rope on like a wood floor. So you got to verathane it because everyone's training on there. You're slamming the what do you call it? Everyone's sweating on it. You're like slamming what do you call this? The medicine balls. Your jump roping. Your, you know, all the stuff was happening in the gym. So we would take care of it, and I would be part of the crew that would do that. And then one of my coaches was trying to give me more work. So there was some ladies who would do like fitness classes or private classes, and in those 30 minutes to an hour that they would do the classes, I would come in and just clean their cars out. So I would just do all these different odd jobs, cleaning out the coaches' cars, cleaning out the because my coach's house was pretty much the office space. So cleaning out the office space, cleaning out the actual gym, doing some restocking, some inventory for the actual boxing gear and the amateur gear, the equipment that we had. Um, I was just taking care of as much as I could. You know what I mean? So that was the first job I had. But the thing was, I was hired by people that actually knew me. So at some point, my coach was like, "We got to let them get out there in the real world and get like a real job and get really hired." And so then, you know, eventually I slowly started getting more jobs. But I didn't end up going to college till later. It was more like community college, if not a technical college. That was like later on, but I was dabbling around different courses here and there. And then when I really started to get money on track and try to get back on track with like the college stuff, fucking the pandemic happened. So then everything, you know, that's when I really was like, I need to double down on actually doing the content stuff, because whether it's music, content, or just like creating things in general, that's what I can control most. I can control myself more than actually being in a school or classes. You know, because they closed down on me at the wrong time when I really needed them in order to be certified, or when I really needed them to have skills and shit. So that's the whole thing, my guy. If that makes sense, Fuzzy, let me know if that makes sense. The only graduation I went to was my fifth grade one, which is crazy. Fuzzy head, go to on the channel, this on this same channel, go to fuck is it, man? I think it's called releases on the channel. Go to releases, and you know, you'll see some stuff. I'm actually working on something right now because I had some really crackly files, if that makes sense. And then I put I couldn't track them out, so I had to. It fucked me up because I had to send the actual WAV file to my friend, and then he was able to do some compressing and clean up a little bit of the bassy and the crackliness. So I got some stuff on the way, but it's not the most mixed and mastered stuff. I'm gonna work on some more stuff. I might have to actually, like I said, if I get hired soon, pay for the higher program, like the more expensive program, and then utilize that to hold on, utilize that to basically I have to track it out basically. I have to track it out. So I can't use the program I'm using right now. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm using the same program. I just have to use a better version of it. So right now I have like the standard version. I have to use the suite version, which is kind of a pain in the ass because I got to pay like $300 more. I can't spend money right now. I'm spending money on a few things here and there, but well, I don't know, man. We'll see. I gotta be patient. I might throw it on a payment plan, do like a little monthly thing with it. If I can do monthly or weekly, then I could like export these files I have, because I have a lot of old music from my old computer that are brought to my new stuff, but I just can't work on the files the best way. Did you send me a request, Fuzzy, on Discord? Is that what you're saying? I saw that earlier. I didn't know if that was you. I was like, man, let me find out there's some like some weirdo doing some fake shit and stealing one of my followers' names or something. That's what I thought, which I was kind of scared about that. But yeah, let me know if you send it to send me it, because I think the first one you sent, if that was really you, I got rid of it. Yo, they're talking crazy. They're talking crazy. There was a dude out here a second ago. I don't know if he's still here. If he ain't, I'm taking a spot. Fuzzy, you sent another one? All right, man. Send me another one, man. I'll check it out. My bad. If that was really you, I'm sorry, man. I thought it was some spam account trying to take your name. But yeah, let me know. Let me know, bro. I appreciate you dropping in. Hey, all that crazy stuff you were saying a while ago, I don't want you to. I don't want to make you feel bad. Like you're not doing nothing wrong. You know, if what you're saying is true, even if you're speculating, I think it's a good thing to double down and make sure that everything is good. You know what I mean? I think it's safe that what you're doing. My guy left hella swishers over here, man, and hella spit, bro. This motherfucker. Damn, man. Let me sit right here then. I'm gonna prop it up and I'm gonna sit right here. Some of my guys are probably going live tonight. My guy was doing what, like, I'm over here talking shit, but he was doing what I'm doing, chilling out, hawking Louis and whatnot. So it is what it is, man. But if y'all watch the show, man, let me know. School ends in 7 days. Fuzzy, man, like, you should go to the principal for that shit. I think it's important you go to the principal, man. That's just my opinion. I think you should go. Cause I don't know. I don't like the sound of that. That didn't sound good to me. I remember one of the most fucked up things that we heard growing up. I don't know if they ever. Excuse me. I'm like fighting back this sneeze, man. I made sure I muted it when I sneezed. But yeah, there was this. I don't know if it's true, but this I don't know, man. This one girl started lying about her stepdad, and the fucked up thing about her stepdad was her stepdad is one of my childhood friends' dads. If that makes sense, like his biological. So they were her stepbrother and sister, and she was saying all this shit. But come to find out, there's all these weird made up stories from my from her best friend. So it was a thing that kind of like almost got out of hand. And we had a situation where it's like, yo, don't, whatever's going on, don't tell him what this bitch said about his dad, because he's gonna snap. But as long as your information is good and is correct, and the thing is, because you are a kid, it's a genuine concern to have, man, because you want to make sure that the safety of all your other classmates and like your friends, these are your friends, right? So you want to make sure the safety of your classmates and friends are there. So I commend you for what you do, man. Just make sure your information is correct, because you don't want to wrongfully accuse someone of the wrong. You know what I mean? You don't want to wrongfully accuse someone of the wrong thing. So just be careful with that, okay? My bad. I should have muted. Let me know if that makes sense to you, Fuzzy, because I don't want you to get anyone in trouble that doesn't deserve to be in trouble. But again, with the things that you're saying, if you truly believe what's happening, make sure that it's like it's proven. Or I'm trying to say, like, make sure you go through the proper channels to make sure you alert the right people. So just be careful, my guy. Be careful. And I wish you guys the best, man. I hope there's no harm done to you or anyone, man. You got to remember, I'm from a distance. I'm over here online, so because I'm from a distance and I'm online, excuse me, there's not much I can do for you. So don't, you know, it seems like you have a trust for me, but just make sure that you understand that there's only so much I can do. I can just give you the right recommendations and thought processes in the midst of all this. But good luck on all that, man. That's a very serious situation. If it's true, unfortunately, hopefully it's what I'm trying to say is hopefully it's not true. But yeah. So are you saying the dad said it to your face and other people? It's worth talking about, and to other people that heard it. Here's the thing: for other people that heard it, I mean, if you guys don't have a recording, that's going to be hard. But if other people heard it, that would be your witnesses. That would be your eyewitnesses and your ear witnesses. For lack of a better term, for a serious situation like that. Because that's something that I take that serious. I say this all the time. I grew up in a neighborhood where, like, literally, it's a different time now, but these random dudes would like roll up in these vans, and like if they seen groups of kids, they wouldn't fuck with us. Like if it was me and my cousins walking around, because we're hell of cousins, like hell of family members, they wouldn't do shit. But like if they see like one or two kids by themselves type shit, they would try to hop out and do something. They try to take one or something. It was like some weird shit that would happen. And there was these weird dudes that, like, one of them tried to grow up my cousin on top of the hill one time, and we I don't know, man. Like me and my brother's about to chase him down, whoop his ass, and then like I don't know if he was like really far away, but my cousin was like, oh, he got away. So I don't know if my cousin was kind of scared to see what we would do to him, or if like he just wanted to let it go. But I can kind of see like a look in his eye, like, you know, fuck it, let it go. You know what I'm saying? Because I know he's one of them people that he wrestled with his masculinity because he wasn't sure if he should have handled it himself or how he should have. Because he's a sweet guy. You know what I'm saying? He's not like a fighter, retaliating kind of guy, unfortunately. So you gotta. That's what I mean. Is like, I grew up with people that I just assume because they're boys and they're men like us, that they should be able to fight back and speak up for themselves and swing on molesters and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm being real honest here. I'm being real. You know what I'm saying? So, but some people are really just like kind-hearted and sweet, and they don't really deal with confrontation that well. So I take it upon myself to be a defender of people like that. Some of my friends, whether it's women or people younger than me, smaller than me, more less able-bodied, I try to be the defense for them as much as possible. I try to be a protector. I'm very protective of people. So when like I'm saying, if it really raises concern, man, you should really step up and make sure that the proper people are addressed for this, because that's an adult. You know what I'm saying? And you should find other adults that can help you deal with this fucked up adult if it's true. But just be careful. You know what I'm saying, in your endeavors and processes, my guy, because yeah, just be careful. All right. I hope that you and your friends are safe. You guys should remain safe, because that shit is serious, man. There's like a lot of weirdos. You know what I mean? And I don't mean that in like a good way, a bad way, or whatever. Like I mean it like it's just it's fucked up sometimes, man. We'll spare the details, but just protect people. Make sure you protect your loved ones at all times. Actually, one of my very first truancy hours, I finally put up, like, if you check the podcast section and you look in like playlists or whatever, I finally put up the truancy hour stuff. But I think one of the first one or two episodes that I put up, that I addressed stuff like this. I saw something weird on a train, like on the light rail train that I caught. So I felt bad because I didn't step in to help those kids, but I thought that they were gonna fight because they seemed old enough. But they seemed kind of weirded out. So it let me know, like, even though these kids are like 5'10", 6 foot tall, and they look like hoopers, they're not fighters. They're just sweet kids that don't really know how to defend themselves, especially when someone says something weird to them. So, because in my generation, we had kids that were just swinging right away off top on a grown man. We didn't give a damn. Shit, I was a little kid ready to fight an adult. Yeah, I didn't care if you were fucking with like kids in the area. If you were trying to fight with fuck with my mom or something, I was gonna whoop your ass. I didn't care. I was like 6 years old, 7 years old already. I was like, I'm gonna pick up this branch. I'm gonna fuck someone up. That's just me though. But if you're a sweetheart of a person, man, make sure you address the proper people. But you got to find your inner strength too to speak up, if not fight. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful with shit like that, because it's not for everybody, man. Some adults ain't shit. Because that's why what I'm saying. Medium was good, bro. It was good, Medium. Welcome back. You gotta be careful with all that, man. Medium, did you watch, bro? Go watch Kill Tony, man. Go watch it. Support to authority, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm gonna pull my notes back out because we never know who's gonna drop in and out. Once you start getting to them hour marks, you know what I'm saying? I took a little note on the whole show, recap and highlight the comedians in a proper way. You know what I mean? The very first one I did, I ain't gonna say it went viral, but like it kind of went viral was the Alex Tarshoon stuff, and like I wanted to shout him out. So now I want to shout out all the other comedians that show up on there. So it's nice to have this on hand, some notes. But what's going on, Medium? Welcome back, bro. What's going on with you, man? You doing all right? Did you check the other live? Is that where you're at? Is that where you went to? You appreciate the welcome. Yeah, man. Welcome back, man. Appreciate it, man. But yeah, Fuzzy. I don't know if you're still there, Fuzzy. Just be careful, my guy. Scroll. Wait, what? SEC. What do you mean? Scrolling? Man, hold on. What's this right here? Oh, I you're saying. I got you. I got you. Also, you gotta be careful with the language you use because it mediates or whatever. It blocks. It holds for review certain words. So just be careful. You know what I mean? Hey, hopefully what I'm saying makes sense, Fuzzy. You know what I'm saying? I want you guys to be safe, man. I want you guys to be safe out there. I worry about that's the thing I worry about young people a lot because people don't do that shit in front of me, but they'll do it to y'all. You know what I'm saying? You got a test tomorrow. Hey, Fuzzy, follow your heart, man. Do what you think is right. All right. I trust you. I trust you. All right, Fuzzy. Be careful. All right, bro. Trying to prop my phone up right quick. Hold on. Adjust my phone. I'm just trying to drink something. I've been propping my phone behind this drink. You know what I mean? Yeah, meet him. It's just he said something that was held for review. It was kind of a touchy issue. So I just wanted to make sure that he was I just I can't like I can't be there for people. So I'm just trying to give you information to help you protect yourself. You know what I mean? He's a young guy, so a lot of young people show up in the chat because I do a lot of video game stuff, and then they just find my content. But it's funny because I don't really do like recent games. I don't do like Fortnite and shit like that. I don't do all those mainstream ones. But it's funny how people find me nonetheless. I have people of all ages show up, but when the kids show up, we're like, hey man, just be careful, man. Don't say crazy shit. Don't put your information out there. Just be careful. You know what I mean? So we want to protect the youth around here. Because sometimes people don't know how to talk to people in person, and they just deal with who's like online. It's easier for them to type than it is to talk to people in person. I'm like, you gotta speak up, man. It ain't easy, but damn, generations are getting more introverted or like more it's unfortunate. So I'm just trying to pass on good information. A lot of anxiousness, anxiety going on. People asking for help at the last second, last minute, and I try to do my best to help them in the now, in the moment, in the now. Like if something raises concern, I try to address it now. It's not easy all the time, but I try to do my best at that, man. Be careful, y'all. Yeah, it's important to speak out, man. Very important to speak out. So yeah, it's hard for some people. It's hard for it's hard for some kids to speak out because for whatever reason they were forced to follow strict rules. Which those rules are made to protect them because if it's their parents' rules, they're made to protect them. But when they see like danger, sometimes they don't know how to deal with it. I had a friend like that. He was raised by his mom. Um, I had a friend. He was raised by his mom only, and he had a hard time. Like even though his mom was giving him strict rules, and he was very argumentative like her, he still had a hard time calling out bullshit when it came to like dealing with men. And I'm like, we got you, bro. We got your back. But it's like we're not always gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? We're like the same age, but it's just what happened. And I'm like, damn, bro. Like I don't know. It's tough, man. 'Cause I'm very overprotective of my friends and family. Like I'm just one of those. And like you know how it is if you're a man too. It's like it's hard, bro. Because like sometimes you want that moment to prove yourself to people, but people just want to get out there, have fun, and some people actually put themselves in danger. Like I'm talking about adults at this point. Like some adults put themselves in danger, which is crazy. Um, yeah, jumping on the bullshit right away is a must, man. And like, yeah, it's funny because I was just hanging out with my friend who was in town, and we're talking about how it's funny how defensive we get with our moms. Like if somebody fuck with our moms or some shit, you know what I'm saying? We jump in, real quick. I was telling a story about like because my brother had to cuss out some bus driver who was having the nerve to argue with my mom. My brother started cussing his ass out or something. I can't remember what the fuck was going on, but we used to take our mom out to get food sometimes, or even get her medication or go to appointments or whatever the fuck. And then like some people be trying to talk to her. It's like you talking to the old lady crazy, but you ain't gonna say that shit to us while we standing right here. So we gotta walk up and be like, "What we on, bitch? Let me know what we doing, so you can get your head caved in right now. What we on?" You know what I'm saying? You over here fucking with an old lady. You ain't gonna fuck with a dude though. You a goofy. That's what weak motherfuckers do though. They'll attack women and children and people who are like in a fucking wheelchair or whatever the fuck. They'll do weak ass shit, but they'll never deal with people head up. They'll never have a conversation head up with people. And it's just like, come on, man, just be real with people. But yeah, you know, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. But yeah, bro, I hate that shit. I hate that shit because my whole life I prepared for fair fights. I've also prepared for like being jumped and shit like that. I trained that much, but I'm like, it's funny because avoid the bullfight. That's what you're saying, yeah. And it's really interesting because it's like I prepare for all that shit just to find out like everyone who's really starting shit and really causing problems are really on some bitch shit. So it's just like, what's the fucking point of like dealing with this stuff? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, back to the comedy, man. Shout out to this. I'm trying to think what my favorite set was. I ain't gonna lie, Martin Phillips started off really strong. Martin Phillips started that joint off real strong, man. So it was like hard. Like the show was slow. Solomon was okay, but it started getting, Sean Stewart slowed it down. Juanita, it started to get low. Blazing Nana, her personality though was really good. Like it really clicked. And that JJ Curry dude, you know what I'm saying? He was pretty funny. Like that dude was really funny. And then Ronaldo Mercado, that dude was really good. That was the next up. What did I write? Ari Matty set it off again. Rodrigo Marin, he slowed it down. Adam Sincere was pretty. That was a breath of fresh air. That was really dope. And then closing out with William Montgomery, that was dope, man. Was it the Memphis Strangler? What is his name, bro? The Big Red Machine or some shit. The Big Red something. I forgot his fucking name. The Memphis Strangler is hilarious. That dude right there. Shout out to all the greats who have gone. What do you mean? The greats who have gone on Kill Tony, or like that have gone in general? We seen the ones that passed away, medium. I gotta burn this end off right here. Let me know what you're saying, man. I don't know if I'm reading that correctly. But yeah, man. Jimmy Carr's an interesting guy, man. In comedy, yeah. Yeah, man. I'm trying to think. Like, you know who my favorite comedian of all time is? Is Bernie Mac. Bernie Mac's my favorite comedian of all time. And every time I watch, like, if you go on there's a YouTube channel called Walter Latham Comedy. So Latham, Walter Walter, and then Latham Latham, Walter Latham Comedy. But if you go on there, just type in Walter Latham and then Bernie Mac, they have all of his like sets from Kings of Comedy, bro. Fucking Bernie, yo, Bernie Mac was different, man. He was saying some shit that you cannot get away with now. Like he was going in, he was fucking going in. I was like, this motherfucker is different. Oh, Norman. You talking about? Oh, what the fuck is his last name? Norm. Is it McDonald? Is it Norm McDonald or something? All right, Donald. Pat who? Wait, Pat who? Who am I thinking of? I'm also thinking of what's his name, man? Fucking George Carlin, man. George Carlin was another guy that like he was on some shit. Like he was just like to think that he was doing that shit and like Norm Macdonald. Okay, like George Carlin, or is that his name? The shit that he was doing, like was the 80s, 90s. Like that shit was ridiculous. I didn't know that there was a set that he did. That was a little cat. What's up with this cat? What you doing? Get over here. But yeah, he had some shit in like the 80s, 90s where like I don't remember what decade it was, but he did a set where he got arrested. That's how crazy his comedy was. He would just saying some real shit. You already know how he is. He got arrested for it, which is wild. But yeah, that was crazy. Now I got to think about this. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm trying to think what my favorite set was tonight, man. Medium, did you watch it tonight? Let me know when you get a chance to watch it, man. I almost want to give you a name. I mean, you probably have a different preference of comedy, so I don't know. When you say Pat, who are you saying? When you said Pat, Pat who? Like, let me know if I don't remember who. Oh, Patrice. Are you saying Patrice O'Neal? Bro, are you saying Patrice O'Neal? Is that who you're saying? I just thought, damn, that's another dude. That's another fucking legend right there. Fucking Patrice, man. Patrice O'Neal was a beast, man. And I feel like his career was a little cut short, kind of like Bernie's. Bernie's career feel like it was cut short. You see that plane? Damn. Yeah, fucking yeah, Patrice. That's what you're saying. Yeah, man, you gotta watch the episode, man. You gotta watch that shit. It's pretty good. We never know who's gonna come. Oh, so meet him. I don't know if you know this, but I went to Austin in what year was this? Because it was the year I stopped drinking. It was 2023. So 2023. Your name is Q. What do you prefer, medium or Q? You can call me Bane. It's whatever. But I mean, if you're in the chat, then you don't have to address me at all anyway. But what was I gonna say? You have yet to watch. Hey, when you watch it, I think it's pretty good. It's a pretty like. There's no bombings if that makes sense. There's like maybe two dry sets. You know what I'm saying? Two dry of them. Stand up foot. What's going on? Stand up foot. Let me know if you watched Kill Tony last night, man. Talk to me. You want to go to Texas? You want to go to Texas either? Wait, what do you mean? Stand up foot. Did you watch Kill Tony tonight? Let me know who your favorite set was, man. We want to highlight our favorite comedians tonight, man. I want to give shout outs to these people that are, they're well, well prepared comedians, if not the ones that are slowly building themselves up. So let me know, man. Appreciate you being here. Thank you for being here. Stand up foot. Let's go to Mid or Q. Oh, either in person or no, either one. Either one. Stand up. Either one, man. If you watched the one tonight, which was I'm right now, I'm recapping episode 721, the one that Jimmy Carr was on. I wrote a few notes on it. But I wanted to highlight some of my favorite comedians. I was gonna say, I ain't gonna lie, Adam Sincere was pretty good. Yo, Tony, yeah. So, medium. What I was gonna say was, 2023. Um, I went down to the mothership and I went to go watch. You could find if you go to like my community post, you'll see that. Oh, haven't seen yet, but you love to hear some recommendations. So, you okay? So stand up foot. Just go watch Kill Tony every Monday. So tonight's episode was episode 721. Um, but yeah, just go down. And then if you're in Texas, go to the mothership because I went there twice. I went there technically three times if we're being honest. Because the first time I went to go see Brian Simpson do Bottom of the Barrel with Hassan Mahmad, and there was some other people there that were kind of lesser known, but they were building up their catalog. And then the night that I was really going was Friday night to see Tony Woods. Tony Woods is a DC legend. I'll recommend some of the pulls. Okay, hold on, man. Let me go down the list. Okay, there's the second dude. His name is Solomon. His shit was kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie. It's really weird, but it's kind of funny. And then there's a lady named Blazing Nana. She's kind of like, I don't know if she's funny, but she's a really funny personality. And then the next two were like bangers. JJ Curry, Ronaldo Mercado. Those two were back to back, just like, oh, they had really good pacing, you know. And they were exactly what their personalities were. Obviously, Ari Maddie showed up. Maybe I shouldn't have spoiled that. My bad. Adam Sincere, he's second to last. So right before William Montgomery, the fucking Memphis Strangler, shows up, this guy named Adam Sincere. He's kind of a really he, you got to see it, man. His facial expressions are kind of funny, but not medium. So 2023, I went on the week of 4th of July. So 4th of July 2023 was probably a Tuesday. I went to spoil you. Oh, you were gonna ask? Oh, I didn't mean to spoil it, but you got to see it. It's fun to watch. You don't want to leave and go watch and come back. You finna go on live. Um, I'm really just recapping and talking to myself, but it's up to you if you want to stay in chat. It's up to you. I just wanted to let you know, like I went in 2023, and then I went last year also. I brought my cousin there. I have a if you go to my community post, and you can check it later. Don't worry about it. But community post on my channel. Um, you scroll down, you're gonna see I met Donnell Rawlings. Me and my cousin met Donnell in fucking 2024 last year. And who opened up for Donnell was Law something. It's that one short dude with the beard. He talks about he reads a lot and he had semen retention last week. That fucking dude was there. He opened up for him, and then Adrian Washington. Adrian Washington was the second guy, and then Donnell came out last. But 2023, I went to see another DC legend, Tony Woods. You know who opened for Tony Woods was fucking Cam Patterson. So in 2023, I seen Cam Patterson live, and I came back to Seattle. I was like, bro, y'all don't understand. Cam Patterson is next up. He's like, who's that? I was like, you're gonna see more of him. But Cam Patterson, he talks about the rocks and shit, but he's next up. I seen him live. His 5 minute, 10 minute sets, bro. Cam Patterson's sets like live are fire. Like he only has a minute on Kill Tony. You don't understand. He only does 1 minute, so he's just working on shit. He's just working. But his 5 minute, 10 minute sets when he opens for people, I mean, I've never seen him close a show. Cam is a beast. Like there was someone trying to argue with me, telling me some shit like, "Oh, Cam's fan base turned on him." I was like, his fan base ain't fucking turning on him because I didn't turn on him. The same dude tried to tell me that Hans Kim's fan base turned. I was like, who's the fucking fan base? This guy just saying random information from the internet that don't make sense. So I was like, bro, Cam and Hans, they're solidified, man. And I know this funny story about Hans is like, you know, some of my friends used to do these open mics over here. But when I say open mics, we're talking about talent shows with like music and poetry and shit. So some of my friends would do these musical talent shows or open mics, and then I met Hans. Hans was there. He's like, "Yeah, I'm living out of a van right now. We're just going around the country." I was like, "That's fucking dope." I was like, "What's your name?" He's like, "My name's Hans." I was like, "Damn!" And then he went up there and did a set, bro. This motherfucker, like, there was like, it's like I said, it's a poetry slash music slash like, don't cuss at this open mic type of thing. You know what I'm saying? That's his whole thing. That was the whole thing of the particular open mic that we went to. This motherfucker Hans was over here cracking crazy jokes. Like he was, you know, they told him not to cuss. He was cussing. They told him not to say nothing too crazy or raunchy. He was going there, and everybody was like not laughing because it's like a family friendly event. And me and my friend are in the back corner just crying like, "Oh, this motherfucker really broke the fucking rules. This guy's on some bullshit." So years later, when we saw Hans Kim on fucking Kill Tony and like other shit, we're like, "Bro, this motherfucker, like we met this dude. Like we met this dude, bro. Like living out of a van. Like all that shit he was saying about living out of a van, he was telling the truth. Like we seen him here in Seattle, bro." So shout out to Hans Kim and Cam Patterson. Like motherfuckers trying to tell me about them two when I seen them both like live. I'm like, don't tell me shit about them two, bro. I seen them live. The Rocks. Never been able to get a ticket to a Kill Tony at the ship. You know what's fucked up? That shit always be selling out. It sells out so fast. The tickets, bro. I don't know, man. The tone turned on Hans quite a bit. Oh, Tony did? Really? The what's it called? Well, you said the tone turned on Hans quite a bit. What do you mean tone? Are you saying Tony? No, you Tony. He might have though. I don't know what happened. Oh, the tone of people's vibe on him. You know, it's really interesting because my friend said the same thing. My friend went to go see him live when he was here, and she was like, I don't know, he's kind of funnier when he does his minute, but his set is just like it's like 30 minutes of dryness. You know what I mean? Like that's the way she explained it like live. So it's like, you know how his pace is very dry. Like imagine that for like 30 more minutes. So she was like, I don't know, I expected a little more because we're, you know, sometimes you're used to comedians being a little more like, you know, more energy. So it kind of makes sense. Like imagine if you put out a special, it'd just be him kind of speaking very like you know what I'm saying? But oh, the cigars lasted, man. They last like an hour to like half an hour, or my bad, hour to like hour and a half, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So shit like that. Gotta relight the bitch though. I reloaded some lighter fluid on that. You tuned in an hour ago. That's when I started. I've been like taking a few hits here and there. That can be funny. Hedberg was dry for bruh. Hold on, man. Yo, Mitch Hedberg. He used to be. I wasn't there, but I used to hear stories about him in Seattle just getting like drugged the fuck up. I don't know if it's true. And then what's crazy is, so we have these projects over here, right? My homie had a mixtape that was made with all this different hip hop in there, but the interludes on the mixtape were Mitch Hedberg stuff. I don't fucking know. I don't know if it was just cocaine or some other shit. I don't know nothing about drugs, but don't ask me about drugs. I don't know shit. But my homie gave me this mixtape that like had all this underground hip hop, like Blue and you know what I'm saying, all this shit like that, and like Outkast remixes and shit. And then in between they had these interludes, and the interludes were Mitch Hedberg. So it was just these random 40-second clips of Mitch Hedberg and random minutes of Mitch Hedberg, like saying some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like there was the one about the Dufresnes. He's like, we're looking for Dufresne, party of two, Dufresne. He said, what happened to the, and they go to the next one, Smith, party of four. What happened to the Dufresnes? Where are the Dufresnes? They could be in someone's trunk right now. They are tied up and they're hungry. And you know, Mitch Hedberg is hella fucking dry. So he has a way of like really just ha 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 ha. You know what I'm saying? Beating you out. Mitch Hedberg is like really dry. And he has that one joke about like he's getting a club sandwich in New York or something like that. He's like, I'm getting a club sandwich. I'm like, what kind of club is this? How did people form this club? What did they say? You want ham? No, I don't want ham. What kind of cheese do you want? No, I don't agree on this cheese. I agree on this cheese. I do too. Now we formed a club. Like his his comedy is fucking dry as hell. So, but his pacing was like really weird because he would, you know, he's like his dryness is like also emphasized. If that it's hard to explain. Mitch Hedberg is a different type of beast, man. Rest in peace to Mitch Hedberg. Who do we shout out? Medium. Who do we shout out? Rest in peace to Patrice O'Neal, Bernie Mac, Norm Macdonald, Mitch Hedberg. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to, yeah, rest in peace to the great George Carlin. Rest in peace to all the greats, man. That's crazy to think, man. A lot of people just came and went. Lots of people just came and went, man. So kind of crazy. Stand up, what's going on, man? Yeah, I don't know what he was on stand up. I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but I was hearing stories from, you know, one from other podcasts. So other podcasts were saying like, oh yeah, we would do sets in Seattle, and then Mitch would be missing for a while, and he'd be somewhere just high as shit. But then sometimes he'd be high as shit, and he'd show up to the actual club and still kill it or still do his sets. But he had a thing where he would chronically smoke cigarettes while he was doing sets sometimes. So if the club allowed it, he would be on stage smoking cigarettes like chronically while he was telling jokes. Like this is the stories I've heard. I don't know. So Mitch Hedberg really came off as this like hardworking legend that just like he just lived for comedy. You know what I mean? He just like, I'm just gonna travel and then do the next show, make money, travel, do the next show, make money, spend the money on cigarettes. Just keep that was his whole thing. So he just really lived out of like hotels and stuff, which is ridiculous. Sounds like he was okay with doing his own thing. Yeah, he was really like a free spirited person. It was like it's just crazy, man. Like that's my understanding of it. You know what I'm saying? That's my understanding. I'll turn that down. Ooh. Yeah, I don't know how long he was doing it for. People like there's a lot of people that were saying he was doing it for a while. Like I know like Joey Diaz was saying that he did it for a minute. And then there was like one other person I remember speaking about it. And they were able to see him like live and you know do shows with him and shit. But his career is very short lived too. Like he didn't get a chance to really. He has a set on Letterman. He was on David Letterman doing like a pretty tame set than what he usually does. What's the one that Mitch Hedberg does with the xylophone? He was like, because he got all these words like xylophone, XYZ, zzz, I don't think I can see it. X is this shit doesn't add up. He was trying to say how like the letter X doesn't sound like zzz. It just doesn't make sense. He's talking about tic tac toe. He was saying some dumbass shit. He was like tic tac toe, man, talking about Z's and O's, writing people Christmas cards and birthday cards, X's and O's, Z's and O's. Like, what the fuck is this shit? It's like X didn't have X didn't have enough purpose, so they just gave him more to do. X's and O's. We will mark Christmas. We will mark the spot. Here's the treasure. Like he would just saying some like he would just go off about why X didn't really mean shit. You know, it was just some crazy shit. It was just tripping. Fucking hilarious. I'm trying to remember all of his sets from that mixtape. Yeah, you guys are starting to jog my memory because Patrice O'Neal had some shit too. Patrice O'Neal had that joke where he talked about he's got some good specials to zone out to. Mitch Hedberg, yeah, yeah, man. Mitch Hedberg is a different type of beast, for being honest. Patrice O'Neal is interesting too. He had that funny, it's like a little short joke where he's like, I don't know about you, man. You ever stand at the bus stop and just you stare at somebody and you're thinking like, I mean, I'm not gonna punch the shit out of them, but I could. I'm just looking them up and down like, He might be able to take this punch, but I know if I hit him, he can go down. You never think about that shit? No? Maybe it's just me. Right? Sometimes you look at people and you think, if I have to sock the shit out of him, I would. And I could. Like, he just kind of went on about that shit, like what goes on in people's minds. He was just saying shit out loud that people thought already, which is hilarious. Somewhere the crowds have no idea what to do with him, and you can see him guide them there. Yeah, I believe that. There's some comedians like that, man, that really know how to, they really know how to get you there. That one dude lost something all the time, fighting out fake scenarios that never happen. You know what's interesting is like he really like Patrice O'Neal was tapping into some shit that and it was really just observations. Like his observations ended up carrying on for more like a whole nother generation, which is really interesting. A lot of people started taking it to heart. But with that being said, like, a lot of where his guidance, well, it's, at least in terms of women, a lot of where his guidance came from was also a company with Dante Nero. So if you tap in with Dante Nero, because I follow his channel, Dante was one of the people that kind of was schooling him on things that he had already learned. You know what I mean? So it's like all the stuff that Patrice O'Neal gets credited for in this so-called red pill space is like a lot of it comes from Dante Nero. We got to give credit where it's due. But it's really interesting because they're all interconnected in the same kind of crowds and the same groups of people. Because now you see Dante and like Godfrey and stuff, and then who knows what's going on there. But Dante's just holding his own, being his own person, staying on his own path. So it's really dope, man. It's really nice to see the intersectionality of all these different comedians and their styles. Also, like their whole kind of thing, how it led up to this point. Because even if you watch Chappelle's show, Dante Nero was in there, and I always forget about that. He's like the big dude during one of the it's like Negrodamus scenes in the Chappelle show. And then like there's like so many comedians that just showed up in their show, like looking back on time and looking back at those old shows, you're like, oh, a lot of these people were there. So, but it's interesting because in this moment in time now that we have Kill Tony, it's like this is what's happening in this decade right now through the pandemic and whatnot. It's happening right now. Multiple podcasts and shit. I was listening to fucking Church of What's Happening Now. Joey Diaz, my guy. I don't know if you read Joey Diaz's book. Shit was crazy. I read fucking Joey Diaz's book. I was like, man, there's times I love this dude. There's times I hate this dude. What's going on with him, man? He's tripping. Joey's tripping. But that was cool, man. I fuck with comedy, man. I think comedy, back to this guy, Ronaldo Mercado, man. The dude having the jokes about suicide for his minute. It's really interesting because I think comedy helped a lot of people, like avoid it gives them a moment to laugh and reflect on life a little more. You know what I'm saying? Like people who are borderline suicidal, etc. I don't mean that in a funny way. I'm just being honest. It was nice to see it pop off during COVID. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I think a lot of people are doing their best to keep people happy with their style of comedy, etc. JoJo is a wild boy, man. A motherfucker right there, man. Uncle Joey, he's on some bullshit, man. He was over here. He's still forcing Lee to consume the edibles, man. He was making fun of the last episode I heard. He was telling Lee, he was like, "You ain't high enough, man. Look at you over here taking half a gram and shit. I took 2 grams on the way here, just riding on the freeway." And then like Lee is tripping. You can hear you ever hear the change jar story? Change jar story for which comedian? Let me know which comedian you're talking about. I'm trying to remember. Change jar story. You're talking about for Joey? The one I remember with Joey that really was funny. What he was talking about was when he was living in an apartment with fuck is the big dude's name? God damn it. For Joey's change jar story, you might have to break it down for me. Joey Jingles. Oh wait, are you talking about the like the Christmas, like the little with the Christmas people where they collect the change from people on the holidays, bro? Are you talking about that little red bucket, that little box? Yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah, bro. Joey on some bullshit, man. Uncle Joey on some bullshit. I think I know what you're talking about. And it's funny because he talks about it like he talks about it like, oh, I'm not proud of myself. But then he goes on and tells the story, and the way he says it, it's almost like he's proud. I'm like, bro, this shit is crazy. Motherfuckers is out here, bro. Now the one where Do you remember the name of the big, like the comedian, the big dude who died of like being overweight? I forgot his name. That he lived with Ralphie May. Ralphie May. So he was living with Ralphie May, and he said that there was one day like he was chronically smoking cigarettes in the apartment. He's like, I'm just chronically smoking the cigarettes, and then he would always throw the cigarette butts outside the window. He's like, he just throws cigarette butts outside the window, and then Ralphie May's like, hey, there's like a homeless guy on fire outside here because he heard some dude yelling. He didn't really think about it. And he's like, yeah, all those cigarettes I threw on him, the dude was just laying out there on a blanket, and then all the cigarette butts set him on fire. So there was all these fire trucks pulling up, and he's over here high, paranoid. Like, what the fuck is going on? These fire trucks are trying to put out this homeless man that caught on fire. It was ridiculous, bro. It's the foulest shit. It's fucking ridiculous. You said you got me though. You about to type it up. But he was living with Ralphie May in the apartment, and then Ralphie was sitting there. And then there was one where Ralphie like there was some dude that had like a leather black jacket on, and Ralphie would secretly like dig his nose and then swipe the back of his jacket and then keep on adding more boogers to the back of his jacket. You know what I'm saying? Oh, he stole change from Doug Stanhope's jar. Oh, I thought you were talking about that one. Oh, I thought you were talking about the other one. My bad. But he's different. He's different. Yo, he's really Joey's robbing everybody. The funny story was when Joe Rogan said he brought Joey to the set of some show or something that he was doing, and he said like, yeah, I just Joey was like fresh out of jail, and he was just on the set with me, and he was just over here eating all the cocktail shrimp, and like he was still overweight at the time, so everyone's like, who is this crazy big 300-pound motherfucker eating all the cocktail shrimp in the corner? Because Joey dude's just fresh out of jail, just like just he's like, oh, I can eat the fucking what concessions? What do you call this shit? I don't even know what they call it. Refreshments they got on the side on the set for like actors and shit. And Joe's just watching them like, bro, this motherfucker eating all the food right now. Hilarious. Motherfucker's different. Yeah, Joey Diaz is a legend. He's different, man. It's fucked up, man, because I live in Seattle and he can't come back here because there's some like it's something about like they don't want to allow him to be within King County or some shit. I don't know, some bullshit. Because everybody wants to see him come back here. See, I want to take him through my neighborhood, get him something to eat, something like that. I want him to sign my book, all that. Just I learned about Joey from my brother, so I would love for Joey to meet my brother, but my brother don't be traveling like that. But we be tapping in with him. Do I play Halo? You know what's funny? The only Halo I really played was like Halo 2 when I was a kid with my brother, because my brother used to love shooting games and shit. So I would, we'd be at the house and he'd play Halo 2 all the fucking time. That was like the first Xbox. But yeah, damn, this shit's starting to my the whatever with this shit. Yeah, you play Halo? Not bad. I don't mean to do that shit on camera. Yeah, man. I just want to sit there. Seattle's Halo town. Oh, I kind of see what you're saying. Fuzzy, welcome back, man. Sounds like I need to move to Austin, my dude. You know what? I'm gonna tell you something, man. I need to move to San Antonio because when I was in Austin, like all the people who do Uber and Lyft over there, they say like they make their money in Austin, but then they live in San Antonio. So over here we have like Kent and Auburn. So a lot of people live in Kent, Auburn, Puyallup, which is like the cheap area to live, and then they work in Seattle. So that's the equivalent down there. People live in San Antonio and then they work in Austin because the cost of living in Austin just keeps going up because everyone wants to fucking move there. Bro, me and my cousin went there to Austin. We went to this fucking seafood restaurant, and we're from Seattle, so we be eating that shit like we get bulks of seafood like fucking octopus, clams, all that shit. These motherfuckers trying to sell us a $30 plate of some thinly shaved fucking octopus. I was like, this is some bullshit. My cousin was about to order more. I put my hand on her. I was like, nah, don't do this shit. And I just sent her a little text on the slide like, nah, we out. We're not paying because we already paid like 80, $90 on this bullshit. Like 3 plates of just like a whole bunch of ice and decorated seafood. I was like, bro, we from Seattle. We eat real shit all the time, like real salmon and octopus, clams, oysters. We ordered some fucking oysters there. Some bullshit. The most bullshit small oysters ever. I was like, nah, fuck this place. I'm here for the barbecue. I went there to Terry Black's twice. Come on, bro. Fuck with Terry Black's, man. That's the spot right there. Got my pound and a half of rib, killed that by myself. Brought my cousin the next year. We shared the pound. We would just pause, and then we just fucking got some mac and cheese and some what's that shit? Peach cobbler, all that. You know what I'm saying? White bread. Had to do it right. Had to do things right. You know what I mean? doing shit right when we out there. But you know what's funny was I took her to Pluckers. Pluckers is that Texas wing place. You know what I'm saying? And Pluckers like probably has some of the best wings that she had. Hold on, my bad. I bet I'm over here checking the message. That place is no bullshit. Yeah, man. Austin's a whole different monster right there. You know what I mean? When my first time I had Whataburger, I was down in El Paso, and then I remember trying Whataburger in Austin, but I realized that the spot I went to, I was like, they don't even make these burgers with love, man. This shit like a giant piece of shit. No offense. It was all right. It was decent. It was just like, man, this is some chunky shit for no reason. But like the place I went to in El Paso was like kind of the central part of downtown, and the people that worked there were all these beautiful, thick women in El Paso. I'm like, God damn. And then everyone in there were working and talking to each other like it was a family, and they were talking to me really nicely. I was like, oh, everyone's really like on some small town, like this some good vibes right here. And then I go to another Whataburger place at the border between Juarez and fucking El Paso, and I went to that Whataburger. That shit was trash. I was like, what the fuck? This is all right, but let me not say trash. It was all right. But the one in Austin was okay. It was all right. But Pluckers is that spot. Bean tacos for breakfast in San Antonio area. So the thing is, I didn't get a chance to go to the San Antonio area the way I wanted to. I just stayed in the Austin area every time I visited. I only went there twice. But that sounds hella bomb. Soft tacos for breakfast in the San Antonio area. That sounds hella bomb though. That's not hella bomb, bro. Yeah, I gotta move to Texas because I'm telling you, I'm gonna go to Texas. I'm gonna eat hella barbecue and then I'm gonna just lift weights and get huge or something. Pause. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna try to get wide. I was complaining last time because I'm like, man, every time I fucking what do you call this shit? Hold on, hold on, bro. Damn, I'll be right back real quick. That sounds hella bomb though. Those fucking breakfast tacos. I want to try that shit. When I was in Tampa though, that was the first time I had a Waffle House. That shit was bomb as fuck. I was like, I get it. You trying to, but it's crazy because you trying to have a good meal and people are trying to fight. That's kind of wild. You're not supposed to fuck with every Waffle House. I was kind of in a gentrified area on like the like kind of below on the west side of Tampa or whatever. Like on the, I forget where I was at. I wasn't that far from the stadium where the Buccaneers play. Buccaneers play on MLK, bro. That shit crazy. They ride along MLK next to all the fucking hospitals and shit. Yo, what's with this, man? This is what I'm saying. People be doing weird shit over here. Doing weird shit over here. I don't know if you can see this. That's my quick recap, though. I was hoping more people would drop in and like sit there. I just wanted to converse these notes and talk a little bit with people on the. You know what I mean? Kind of cool, man. I don't know what's going on with this shit. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what's going on here, man. But yeah, I'm chilling here for like the next what? I think I got a good 20 minutes left. We'll see. I ain't getting a warning yet for my battery. So until then, I'm chilling. I do need to get an adapter though, because I've been tapping it with people's lives, and they be walking around live streaming for like 7, 8 hours. But that's also South Korea. There's a dude I follow. He's in South Korea. 50-year-old dude. He just walks around doing like little part-time jobs and stuff. He's just hella cool, but he got what do you call that shit? He got a battery pack or something. trying to remember the last time I had a cigar. It was either Saturday or Sunday or something. So it's like it's like 2 days, some shit, 2 consecutive days or something like that. But yeah, stay tuned. Every day I'm gonna try to go. Every day I'm trying to go live. Do my truancy hour podcast. I just tap in with life and tap in with walk around. I go to my little park areas, hang out over here, just enjoy the nature, absorb some energy, pause on all that. But get right, get right, get a little spiritual. Saying tap in every Monday, get in on my comedy stuff. I'm saying consume some comedy. What I mean, get some laughter in. Part of life, man, is enjoying it. Get some joy out of life, enjoy some comedy. So I say this all the time. I'm gonna keep saying it throughout the live, but Kill Tony is something that I watch with my brother and my dad on Monday nights. So it's really nice for us to have a family time because mom and grandpa had passed away. They came and went. So it's just us three left, and this is how we enjoy our time, man. We enjoy just watching comedy together. You know what I mean? Yeah. Can you see the bike in the fucking shot? Yeah, it's right. You can really barely see it, but it's kind of there. Did I miss something? Hold on. All right, we're good. But yeah, man. Chilling right now. Anybody drop in and say what's up, man? Go ahead and let me know. Chilling for the next 20 or so. It's cool because like during the daytime, my battery runs out really fast with all the heat and the sun because now it's starting to get warmer. So I'll give you like an hour, but at night when everything's real chill like it is right now, sun goes down, it's less heat in the area. What I'm saying? The phone stays cool, so I'm able to lock in for a good 2 hours or so. You know what I mean? Trying to see if the moon's not in the can't see the moon. You might be able to see some planes or some that's like a propeller plane or whatever. I don't know if you can hear it. But there it is, man. Appreciate everyone dropping in on me. Like I said, some people might fast forward to this portion. So let's go ahead and recap again, man. What I'm saying? Let's drop the names. Let's name drop a bit. Check my note. Martin Phillips opened up the show. What I'm saying? Killed Tony 721. Matter of fact, the guest that popped out first was Jimmy Carr. I've been seeing him on a couple other people's podcasts. I think I've seen him with Jeff Ross's roast battle stuff. I think Jimmy Carr was there. But yeah, Martin Phillips. We still and make sure we're not muted. Open up the show, followed by the first pull, which was Solomon, Sean Stewart. What I'm saying? So Solomon, I think he's got a good he's on the right track. I think he has a niche, but maybe he'll work around a little more, and then maybe we'll see if he keeps upgrading. But Sean Stewart, it was all right. What I mean? It was okay, but we'll see. Maybe he can work around. Maybe his minute is something you can start. I'm sorry, it's something you don't necessarily start with, but maybe you work up to it. So maybe he can keep working around it. Juanita popped up again. She's already like a personality herself, so it's like that's already gonna sell. Just who she is and what she is, if that makes sense. Blazing Nana seemed like a new person, so I think she's solidified herself as a personality. She's a really interesting person, but the jokes were kind of like it was almost like she was laughing at her own stuff. So that's what makes me think that her personality is gonna carry her more. Well, we could say that about the second to last D too. We'll get to that in a second. This is where it got really strong, man. I think we should start looking out for this guy, JJ Curry and Ronaldo Mercado. I need to write the date on this so I can remember. What I'm saying? Those two, JJ Curry, Ronaldo Mercado back to back, really solid guys. Obviously, Ari Matty was like the middle guest, I guess you would say, followed by this dude, Rodrigo Marin. That's what I wrote his name down. That was kind of dry. Maybe if he keeps working on it, he can get a little funnier. But I think he can. People have time. It takes some people years to really develop where they need to be. People need to break out and be a little more themselves. So maybe he just needs to find that. This is the dude I'm talking about, Adam Sincere, as a personality and like just the way he has facial expressions. Man, I think he's really like onto something. And obviously, Memphis Strangler, William Montgomery, closing it out as usual. That dude right there. Come on, man. Most consecutive was it appearances or like closing out the shows or whatever? Heavyweight champion. Right there. This guy. Yo, on the 7th, they're having a special that's in the UK, I believe. I don't know if it's pay-per-view, but excuse me, hopefully I can catch it in time. I might have an event to go to that day, but it's like it's almost more. It makes more sense for me to go to my Beyblade event than it does to sit down and watch it. But if I buy the pay-per-view, hopefully I can replay it throughout the weekend. So I might do that, but we'll see. I'm keeping myself busy throughout the weeks. You know what I'm saying? On Sundays, we have our little 12 to 6 meetup. So it's like I try to just be present for that and just be available for people. And, there's a lot of introverted people in the space. So try to usher them into just talking to each other more. So that's where I'm at with it. But yeah, man, I got to write the date. Today's June. I'm going to have to write both dates because it's the day that they did it, that they recorded it, and then there's the day I watched it, if that makes sense. So yeah. Kill Tony recap, man. I just want to start doing these maybe more every Monday. Kind of try to, you know, I don't know what the word is. Like, I'm halfway leeching off of the fan base and like even the, what's going on with that, the Kill Tony verse. But at the same time, when I had did the Alex Tarshoon stuff at first, it was interesting because I was kind of speaking on regards to his cartoon and all that kind of blew up and like turned into a whole situation. But I realized I was like, well, this is part of my life. Like, this is really a family thing I do on Mondays. So I'm like, let me do a little recap for people because you never know. You might meet people online that have the same interests, have the same kind of whatever. So I want to tap in and talk comedy with them. But that's one of the things I normally. That's a weekly thing. So I normally watch it every Monday with the family. But I was like, why not start doing recaps? Maybe that'll be a thing. Maybe I'll start doing that on Monday nights, if not Tuesday mornings. So we'll see how that goes. Tuesday morning, we'll see, man, because I might sometimes like Tuesday mornings. If I do something Monday night, Tuesday mornings, I get a whole bunch of comments and all this shit regarding you know, like stuff like this. So we'll see what ends up happening. But yeah, that's out right there. Out right there. No reason. Yeah, that's out. Got to the bottom of it. Got to the bottom of the cigar. But yeah, man. You're gonna hash that joint. And right there. I do my little routine where I break it down like it's a swisher at the end, crumple it up, donate the because it's a natural wrapping, tobacco wrapping, if you will, for the cigar. Hold on, man. Is that on? Yeah. The natural wrapping for the cigar. It's a tobacco wrapping, natural, leaf, broadleaf, tobacco leaf. I break it down, donate it back to the base of a tree, at the soil, the base of the tree, and I do my little prayer or whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I might do one nearby or one in the park. I'm not sure yet. But we will see. We shall see. So yeah, man. Good little recap tonight. I want to talk with more people that viewed it. So maybe I'll start doing these more on like Tuesday mornings. Maybe I should save it for Tuesday mornings. That'll probably be better because that'll give a lot of people time to like watch it overnight and people watch it in the morning. Maybe they'll. I don't want to say like maybe they find me, but who knows? You know what I mean? So, and I also I got to be careful about that because hopefully I'm not spoiling the jokes for people. I don't want to spoil the jokes. I want people to watch it, but just know like I'm gonna butcher it because I'm just reciting something. I'm not a comedian, but like I want to highlight what makes these guys good or what made them good to me, um, and what they can work on. I'm not an expert, but I'm just like I just feel like it just wasn't funny to me. Like for example, this dude Rodrigo Marin, that shit wasn't that funny to me. However, it's just like maybe he can set it up when he does his actual 5 minute, 10 minute sets or whatever. Maybe he can set it up. Maybe it's just something you save towards the end of something else. You know what I'm saying? So who knows? That's just the way I look at it. Like I think people think too much about like a comedian not being good, but it's like there's always ways to work on it. There's always like a niche for things, You don't have to be the top millionaire comedian, but you can be the guy who consistently gets out there and exercises his creativity. Because there's guys I know right now that just like they've made thousands of raps. They made thousands of bars and different sequences. There's dudes who do the same thing with beats. So I look at comedy the same way. It's a form of art that you can just exercise and practice in many different ways. And you just do it multiple times, you know what I'm saying? Over and over again. And they do it live. When people do it live, they put themselves out there. It's a different type of battlefield right there. In the boxing world, we throw multiple combinations. We sit there and try to come up with different combinations, different rhythms, different steps with it, etc. So it's just like you're just working stuff out, always working stuff out, but nonetheless you're working out. So that's what's happening. So I respect the comedy world a lot. I want to make that clear if I didn't make it clear before. So I might have to sit there and start writing out the disclaimers. Like I ain't out here trying to leech or whatever, but just showing my love or whatever. The way I see it. Hold on. My battery's strong as hell. That's crazy. But yeah. I'm gonna get home and then I'm gonna sit there and tap in with my guy Solarian and see his live because he goes lives on Mondays, so I'm gonna be able to check on that stuff right there. I think I updated my Twitch earlier. I updated my all of my apps earlier in the day, so everything's gonna be running smooth tonight. And it's crazy because I don't really need to leech off of Wi-Fi anymore. My own phone's like data or whatever is pretty good, pretty damn good. You know what I mean? So yeah. Yeah, man. Hey, a lot of people dropping in now. It might be a casual. It might be just a regular person. I don't know if it's the same people I've been chopping it up with the whole time, dropping in and out. But if you are, man, go ahead and chop it up with me, man. I got a good 9 minutes left before I close out right here. Before I wrap up, before I start walking back home. You know what I mean? So if you're dropping in, man, go ahead and chop it up with me. If you watch Kill Tony tonight or whatever, go ahead and recap with me. I want to hear people's thoughts about like what their favorite stuff was, man. My favorite was probably those two back to back, man. Like JJ Curry and Ronaldo Mercado, man. Those two were like strong, like middle of the pack pulls from the bucket. Like those are really strong acts right there. Good minutes, I should say. Really strong minutes. You know what I'm saying? Pacing was really good and all that. It was just like, bro, they drew me in and they set it up. You know what I'm saying? Really good, man. That's what I'm at with this. But yeah, bro. It's tough, man. This is what it looked like, Brandon. Your boy trying to get my hours in. So if you tapped in with me for this long, and you've been tapping in with the content for this long and understand what I'm doing, this is what I'm doing right now. This doesn't count as a truancy hour. This is just some other side stuff that I'm gonna start doing. Also, you got to remember, like, so this week we're gonna have Oklahoma City Thunder versus Indiana Pacers. So I want to tap in with that as well. I might do an hour or two about that as well. You know what I'm saying? Get that going. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because I was doing the math on my YouTube studio. It lets me know my watch hours and things like that. So I've been trying to get all that rolling the best I can. You know what I'm saying? Like just consistently. You know what I mean? Doing an hour here and there, 2 hours here and there. So this is what it looks like for me. Just sort of chopping it up and talking. 10,000 hour kind of joint, you know? Put the time in. Staying consistent. Because the thing is, if you do like, I was saying this earlier, I was like, man, if you do like 3 to 4 hours a day or something, you know what I mean? Anywhere from 3 to 4 hours a day or something for a whole year, 365 times 3. Come on, man, you're over 1,000. So if you do that for 10 more, 9 to 10 more years, you've already covered your 10,000. But to contextualize it a little better, if you just keep doing them all throughout the day, more so, you know what I'm saying, like just over and over again, you're compounding your hours in within a short amount of time, and you can do it consistently over time, if that makes sense. So sometimes I get tired when I get close to like my let's say like I'm at 100 live streams or something. If I've done an hour each of 100 live streams, that's 100 times, like that's 100 hours pretty much. That's only 100. So we're like a hundredth of the way to 10,000. Am I doing the math right? Yeah. So that would take 100 more years if I did that just for the year. But imagine, like, I haven't been to a year yet, so we're doing as much as we can throughout the year, just over and over again. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna show up the way it needs to. Yo, this motherfucking legend. This is a legend right here. If y'all don't know, this guy Jax Kitt's a fucking legend right here. He's back. My first moderator ever, man. Hold on, man. I'm gonna sit down for this shit. Talk to me, man. Bro, we've been missing you, man. Bruh, you really back though? You're saying you're gonna come back in 2 months, 2 more months, or what? What do you mean? You said that last time, man. You said that last time, man. Dude dropped in the chat, man. That's crazy. Yo, I got shit on me. Hold on, my bad. Jax, talk to me, man. You can't come through and leave like that, bro. Come on, bro. Let me get this out. Jax, man, talk to me, man. I got like 5 more minutes before I'm at my 2 hour mark. But if you hang around, I'm gonna talk to you, man. Talk to me, bro. What's going on? I actually need a. It's been hella busy lately. What's been going on, man? What they got you doing? They got you doing school shit? What's going on, man? What you busy with, man? That's crazy. Dude came back, bro. When the world needed him most, he showed up. That is crazy, man. Let me know. Update me on what's going on, bro. If you got time. I ain't trying to get you in trouble. You got the new stadium? There you go. That's what I like to hear, man. Yeah, that's what I like to hear. Everything been good with you, like health wise and everything, man? Health and schooling and your family's been good. What's going on with that, man? Let me know what's good, bro. I seen something moving. It looked like a little frog, but it's just like a piece of the cigar. That shit threw me off for a second. I was scared. Talk to me, man. You're gonna get a new e-bike. What the fuck? That's crazy. You had one before? You saying you had one before, or is this like a brand new one, like you've never had one? That's crazy. I'm sitting right next to a Lime bike right now. Sitting next to this shit. Random shit right here. Next to the goddamn bathroom type shit. That's crazy as hell, man. Jackson, man, since you showed up, you just reminded me, I gotta record more of the Dronzer Cup. You know, the little tournament I was doing at the house. I didn't finish the tournament yet because, man, I signed up for this free Wi-Fi router at the library. Come to find out, grinding your ass off just to get it. You've been working? You've been like working around the house and all that, keeping yourself busy. But yeah, it's interesting, man, because trying to get this little Wi-Fi router, free Wi-Fi router for the house and or just for my room for now, because sometimes they have it downstairs. If they don't have it downstairs, I'll bring it downstairs. But if I can get it in the room, I can record more of my live streams for the tournament at the house. But I've been having bad connection, bro. It's not getting any better too with all the planes flying overhead. It's just ridiculous right now, connection wise. I don't know how it's looking over on your side, but you got to drop more videos, man. Like just if you got time, you got to record as much as you can and just post it up, bro. You got to keep posting. Just put them on schedule. Just keep putting that shit on schedule. I'm trying to stay consistent. I'm trying to get to I'm at 2.1K. I was telling the roadie, I was like, when Jax gets back, we got to show him that we've been grinding hard. Because I think a roadie got a page or something, right? He got multiple pages. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. What's going on with you, bro? Yeah, for those that show up for the playback and they're wondering what's going on at the end of this live right now, man, Jax Kit is a legend in the Beyblade scene. If you ain't know, you gotta go to them tournaments, bro. Go to those tournaments, man. You got to Takara Tomy Stadium, or did you get that blue one, the little drop launch? You're gonna come back in 2 months. Damn, Jax. All right, bro. Hey, man, you be safe though, bro. Just take care of yourself, bro. That's crazy, man. Dude really showed up when we needed him most. That's fucking crazy. It don't get no better than that. That's crazy, man. I'm really trying to think where I should donate this cigar. Yeah, all right, bro. Damn, gotta go. All right, man. Yeah, I was trying to hear more of what's going on with Brit, man. Hopefully you're doing good on life. Hopefully you're doing good, Jax, if you're still there, man. Hopefully everything's good health wise. Hope your family's good, man. I just want you to keep making more content. I want people to find, you know what I'm saying, you, and you should blow up by the time you're whatever, man. Like within a year or two, your channel's gonna blow up. You're gonna be one of those bladers out there. Go to them tournaments, man. If you're still there, man. If you're still hanging out, go to those fucking tournaments, bro. You know what I'm saying? That shit crazy. That's what's crazy, man. I used to do so many live streams and I'd have like a small group of guys that would just consistently check in with me, and Jax was one of them. He's one of the first few, so it's just crazy to hear from him. Oh shit, it's a big old fly. So Damn. The fuck. Um. So yeah, man, it's just kind of crazy that he just dropped in on me like that. I appreciate you being here, bro. Damn, that's a sad note to end on, man. That's crazy. I think where I should go. Might lay my mark down real quick and just walk over to one of these spots. Get this cigar thing going, you know, little ritual or whatnot. But yeah, I'll walk through, man. I'll go over this way, man. Get better lighting. There goes my little Kill Tony recap, man. Hopefully it makes sense to y'all. That's one thing I'm gonna try to do. Maybe I'll start doing them Tuesday mornings. People are fucking awake. Cause this time of day right now, a lot of people, you know, sleeping and shit. So maybe I'll start doing that early in the morning if I got time. Walk around, chop it up for like a good hour. Get my notes ready. Get that situated. You know what I'm saying? What am I looking at? It's a little toy. I was like, what am I? That's like a toy right here. But yeah, man. That's a fucked up note to end me on, bro. Damn, Jax. That's crazy, bro. It's all right though, man. We gonna keep grinding. Because the thing is, let's say my channel blows up. Let's say I get to monetization, then I can usher everybody over to your channel. You know what I'm saying? So it don't matter to me, bro. If you gone, the moment you get back and you get consistent with your shit, whatever, we gonna start ushering people over to your channel. That's my thing, bro. When I start blowing up my shit, pause, I'm gonna, you know, sit there and make sure everybody's situated. I think I found a tree right here though. Should I do this one? Hold on, man. Got these two big trees right here. Which one should I donate the cigar to? I think I'm gonna do the big one right here on the corner. Cause I be walking through there sometimes, you know. I'll be walking through like in between there in the bush. That's where I'll be walking. So I think I'm gonna donate my cigar here. Right on this time, right here, bro. At the base of it. It's a big little 200 looking year old tree. So I'm gonna donate my, you know, whatever over here, tobacco and all that. Hey man, those that tapped in for the recap, you made it this far, you just fast forwarded to the end to see what was really going on, man. I appreciate it either way, man. My phone's at 20 some percent or probably a little less than that now. So I'm about to head home, you know what I'm saying, tap in with my guy Solarian, check out his live stream and just chill. But yeah, man. Thank you guys, man. Jax, it was good seeing you, bro. Just, you know, if you see this, love you guys, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Peace.